What's going on, guys? Welcome back to RC4wd. This has been a 3-day process here. I've found this Scale V8 chilling in a box I didn't know I had, and yeah, started putting it together. I need a few more things to finish it completely. I don't really know what I'm going to put it in yet. It's the first time I've ever painted one of these. These are anodized aluminum engine. The block itself is anodized orange. It was a little tricky to paint. Took a lot of coats, but luckily it didn't get down into the threads for all the little tiny hardware. And yeah, it went back together very nicely. So, Scale V8, I just threw a stock Tamiya 540 can motor in it. And yeah, used some stuff I had. The intake, the tunnel ram setup, is from Cyanide's Speed Shop on Shapeways. Can't remember what his channel used to be called, but Cyanide Speed Shop now. He's in New Zealand. He did kind of the same stuff I've been doing with rat rods, but he did all his out of metal. And he designed some stuff for the Scale V8, that tunnel ram. I've had one on the tank track rat rod for quite a while. Designed that and the carburetors to work with these little intakes that come on a blow-off valve keychain you get on eBay. So those were like, I think I got like 6 of them for $10 or something, and just threw the rest of it away. But really nice stuff. I'm lucky I had enough bolts. I actually had enough to do scale hardware on the headers. I had just a little baggie of 12 of those tiny little 1.5 headed scale bolts that fit those perfectly. The headers are from RC4wd Drive. Said it a couple times here in recent videos. I've been using them on the SSD engine as well. They are on their Shapeways store, RC4wd Drive Shapeways. I worked with them a few years ago on a rat rod giveaway, and yeah, we kind of worked together to make those. And they have them on the Shapeways store. So, plug wires, oh my gosh, those are so tedious trying to get on there. You can see I've got a little bit of whitening going on up here from glue. Some of them just won't stay. It started out great, it was going together real smooth, and then it just started not. Once you get them close together and you're trying to get the last one in, I did them in order. I actually pulled up the firing order for a small block, and yeah, once I got to cylinder 8, it was bad. So I had to do something to glue them. I don't have a really good idea to tie the wires out. Obviously this side's a little bit long, but they needed to come straight down because otherwise they'll just pop off of these things, even with some glue. So it is what it is. It's a pretty scale looking setup. That color, I showed all the colors and I was painting it seafoam-ish, light teal or something like that. And I left the stock valve covers, but I painted the tops. And I used the file that comes with the RC4wd Drive Edelbrock intake because it's made to paint in the fins like that, and it has 3 different grits on that, like a nail file basically. And you work it down until it's kind of a polish almost. And it worked out really well on this. Instead of spending another 40 bucks for some different valve covers, I thought this would look kind of classy. Have the same color as the block. What else? Welding wire. I used some welding wire up here to make fuel lines. You can see down in there, they run down the back of the tunnel ram, and I just cut them off because the other one I have, they kind of tuck into the firewall and disappear, but I don't know what this is going in yet, so I just kind of left it at that. Also, I made some mesh for inside of there. Just it was actually an old screen from like a window in your house, and yeah, just made that work. So I'm digging it. I'm just about out of tiny hardware, unfortunately. I need the water neck, the water pump, and the pulley set up still from RC4wd Drive. And yeah, can't order that just yet. So part 2 of this, I guess, will probably happen once we figure out what we're going to put it in. So that's about it for this. Like I said, it was a long 3-day process. My hands are shaking from these plug wires. It's just tedious. There ain't no way around it. But yeah, at the very beginning, I did want to say these headers, for some reason when they print, the ends aren't attached. So I have to go back and I glue them before I paint them, and do the Insta-set and all that stuff with the cowl glues, and get them to stay together better. A couple of them I haven't done that, and I've had a couple almost break on me. So definitely something you want to look at doing if you get those and go this route. But I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Get out there and do something fun with the hobby. Keep it scale, and I'll see y'all next time.